Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm the very Ken-jested Ken Heron, and with me is Tater. Hey, Tater.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Oh, it's going to be a bang-up show tonight. We've got Bruce Simpson, Xjet, all the way from the other side of the world in New Zealand.
New Zealand.
And he might have something to say about remote ID and the RDQ debacle and what that means for us as drone enthusiasts and hobbyists. And maybe some of you are like, wait, what? What happened? Wait? Well, you're all going to find out tonight. And it's going to be especially interesting because my head is so congested right now. I'm just getting over a cold. And you know when you're coming on the downslide and your head's stuffed up and you can't hear stuff right and your eyes feel like they're going to bug out?
Yep.
That's where I am. So I'm kind of like, I say I'm 97% here. But thank you, everybody, for joining in. And thank you very much, Tater, for co-hosting this evening.
Man, this is lucky number 7, so it's going to be a good show, man.
Is this the 7th time you've been on co-hosting?
Lucky number 7, yes, sir.
Oh, well, what's new with you? What's going on down in Louisiana?
Well, let's see here. We had a bad storm a few weeks ago that blew out my RJ45 connector on my motherboard, so I had to order one of those up real quick. And other than that, just been working.
Awesome. Again, I'm a little off tonight because I'm not doing this every week. And one of the reasons why I'm not doing this every week will be revealed to you if you're a member. Looking for 10 new members tonight. It's easy to join, and I think you can gift memberships as well. So join the channel, get the access to the membership content, and all will be revealed. Wouldn't you say it's a big revealing discussion that we had?
It's the juiciest one yet, man.
It really is. And I was unaware of your third nipple. So, I mean, it's all there. Ladies, you're gonna want to see. But right now, before we go any further, I have to thank our tireless sponsor. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Cadillac of processed meat. Pigeon Jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meat. Yeah. Remember, only Pigeon Jerky is your authorized pigeon jerky snack maker. Don't attempt to make your own pigeon jerky. It can be hazardous to your health.
I've tried it.
Yeah. Now, a couple updates. I did talk to Jim Beauchart. You know, I know you guys are missing the weekly Beauchart.
How's he doing?
He's in rehab. For those who don't know, he had operation on his leg, and he sent me a picture. He sent me a picture, and I know he'd want me to share that with you. So, if there's kids in the room, if you're queasy, avert your eyes, but here is the leg. Wait, hold on a second. No, that's another leg. Both leg. I guess I'm being told by my producer that doesn't exist. We don't have Jim's picture of his leg, but both legs are fragile.
That's Italian.
Ah, yeah, it is. Oh, and tonight I'm going to reveal the winner to the bagpipe video. Remember the bagpipe video? I got 4 winners that are going to win Freewell filters from freewellgear.com. Go there, check them out. Filters. They are really good filters. And tonight I've got filters to give away, of course, from Freewell, and someone's going to win, and I don't even know how we're going to do this. Someone's going to win a Lume Cube strobe.
Ooh.
Lume Cube is a sponsor of Mindfield. Now, are you coming to Mindfield?
Yep.
Are you?
I'm going to do my very best. Yep. If I'm going to talk to my wife, get her to. My truck gets 9.8 miles.
When anybody says, "Yeah, I'm going to do my very best," that means they're not coming.
Well, you had to butter up the wife, man. It's just a process.
It's okay. If you can make it, you can make it. Mindfield, August 20th. I hope you can make it. This is going to be the biggest yet. Jason Shepard's going to be there from remotepilot101.com. We're going to have celebrity guests. Joshua Bardwell's going to be there. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. So I do hope that you can make it. Where's the thing?
Yeah,
okay.
Please do come.
Please do. And that's coming up fast. Now, we do have a couple new members. Oh, my goodness.
Ready?
Yeah, in fact, and I don't even know how this works, but we got 11 new members. Holy hell. That's fantastic.
Every time I'm on the show, we get at least 10.
Oh, my gosh. Josh Hawk gifted 20 new memberships.
Josh, you are the man.
Wow,
brother.
Josh, thank you. And Ordnance Tech and Mining just became a member. So how does that work? In fact, I don't even know. So if somebody gifts a membership, then somebody can just grab them up? Or I guess if
so.
you go to sign up, then
Indiana Drones just got a membership that was gifted by Josh Hawk.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Josh Hawk, and everybody for becoming members. Now you can see that juicy, oh so juicy membership content that I will post tomorrow. So I am getting over a cold, and so every once in a while, just to warn you, I will not blow my nose live on the stream. I won't do it. So I'll give a full screen to hear, and then I'll mute my microphone while I do that. But I'm not doing it now, just to let you know. But the nose blowage will happen. There will be snot.
That's okay. Get better out than in, they say, right?
Yeah. So again, tonight, it's all about remote ID and the Race Day Quad decision and what's going to happen. Our buddy Ryan LaTourette gave me a statement that I'll read here in just a little bit. But first, what should we do first?
Gosh, I don't know.
What am I want to do that? Oh,
our boat chart.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that, but I guess we need to go right into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head over into the drone newsosphere with Jeff Sills and see what's happening in the world of drones. What's going on, Jeff?
Did you say that there was a remote ID rule?
I believe I did. I did. Do you have more details?
I heard something about that?
Something about that. That's going around, yeah.
To go into this, Tyler Brennan is a drone user who retails FPV drone parts. He sued the FAA over the rule last year, claiming that law enforcement authorities could use remote ID as an excuse to carry out continuous surveillance of drone pilots. And the rule could also be applied in ways that would reveal the drone operator's identity and location. And to be perfectly clear, Brennan was not the only one alone in this thinking. He managed to raise over $83,000 from over 2,000 donors in the drone community to bring this challenge to the FAA. But the U.S. Court of Appeals, the District of Columbia Circuit, ruled that the limited local and real-time information sharing required by remote ID rule is not continuous surveillance. Also in the petition, Brennan claimed that the remote ID rule must be vacated due to various procedural missteps he believed the FAA made in promulgating it, but they also ruled saying that none of those asserted flaws affected the validity of the rule. So it was an attempt to challenge and to get rid of remote ID, but it did not pass.
There is so much more to this, and I'm sure that Bruce Simpson will have something to say about this. In fact, he might be saying it now. I just can't hear him.
Oh, yeah. He's
probably saying it right now. I can hear him ranting all the way from New Zealand. His cool New Zealand accent. Yeah.
Well, trust me, I will be happy to provide you with the facts that I have, but I would much rather hear his opinion later. So,
yes.
All right. So next in the news, drone wars are getting to be a real big problem for prisons, especially in New Zealand. There have been 10 reporting sightings over prison sites this year alone. The Department of Corrections there is searching for ways to prevent this. They've gone out and asked for geofence sites to prevent drones from being able to fly into the prisons. They're looking at recent technology advancements to deal with, trying to prevent this. But the problem still exists. It's a very lucrative job for people to be able to get stuff into prisons. The prisoners and stuff like that, in some cases, have access to funds that they would pay these people to do this. Now, they won't divulge which prisons the drones have been seen over, but they're going to be actively working on trying to find better ways to prevent these incidents from occurring. Now, New Zealand's not the only one that has had this problem. Of course, we've reported here in the United States that there have been several instances. And one that I wanted to bring forth to you was one of the first ones that was ever actually prosecuted back in August 26 of 2019 in Georgia. A man stopped a car 100 yards away from Telfair State Prison, and he pulled out a drone. He flew a 1.9-pound Storm Drone 4, using a very basic setup to fly 75 grams of tobacco, 4 loose rounds of ammunition, and 14 cell phones into the prison. Their plan was plotted out for over a month, and to fly the drone over the prison walls and drop the payload. They did this at night. They switched the car lights off. They tried to do everything they could to be surreptitious. But, of course, all of the actions that they did just caused them to bring more attention from the deputies at the prison. So once they were arrested, Nicholas Lowe and Sheikh Hassan Toure were the men who had been arrested. They were actually prosecuted by the federal prison system, and they had this is where it gets interesting.
Oh, okay.
So the federal prosecution for this for them was flying a non-commercial aircraft, serving or attempting to serve as an airman without the airman certificate, a violation of Title 49 of U.S. Code, which requires anyone operating unmanned aircraft for compensation or hire to hold a certificate. So they weren't Part 107. And so
because they're doing it for profit.
Yes, because there were 42 recorded phone calls from the prison where a gentleman inside was going to pay them $4,000 for the contraband and delivery.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So that is in furtherance of a business.
Yeah.
They were. George Lowe was charged with a 12-month sentence on top of previous convictions amounting to a 175-year term.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know those videos we all see of like the person hanging on some ag drone, some big, huge, right? And it can lift the person up. Hey, didn't we do a story? But instead of bringing the stuff in, bring the person out. That's what I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to give them ideas or anything, but buy a bigger drone, bring the person up over the fence, right?
Well, but they've had all sorts of problems from this because, drones have been bringing in drugs and cell phones, right? And they'll dangle the stuff underneath the drones with fishing lines, et cetera, which has hit the side of prison windows and smashed them. It's crashed into recreational areas. They've dropped wire cutters that have actually been used in prison escapes. They have sparked prison riots with the drones.
Look, I say this.
They have crash landed in an elementary school
I
roof.
say this all the time. I bet you, in each one of those instances, the dude thought of that idea first.
Yeah.
Right? They're all just sitting. Here's what I imagine. They're all just sitting around in their, I don't know, let's say, decrepit, rundown trailer, maybe in Louisiana. And they're all just sitting around, all the fentanyl's gone, and they're like, you know what? We got to get this cell phone to Jake in Stir. Hey man, don't your nephew got a drone? Hey, what if we strapped it to that? Oh my God, you're a genius.
Sure.
You are a genius, man. Are you in Mensa? Oh hell.
See, they could develop an app instead of waiter. It could be prisoner.
Yeah. Prison. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to go on a completely different tangent. I think they need better pilots because these guys suck. Okay, these pilots suck. I mean, they're just bad pilots. I wouldn't
Do
trust
you know?
these people
Look,
to fly over.
I will
over
tell
my
you something.
house.
I will tell you something that was confided in me. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but someone in our community was approached by ne'er-do-wells. Not me. This isn't me, but somebody told me that they were wanting to hire them to fly. You know, right? If you can't do it, then hire someone who can. Right? They wanted to hire them to fly stuff into a prison, or at least consult with them.
Yeah,
And they said, Ken, I'm not going to do it, but if you want the job, I got the number. No, that's bad. Don't do that. Anyway,
if you tell them
You got to give it to them for being innovative, though, right?
no, not really, because drones are pretty innocuous right now. Just what about slingshot technology? You know. Anyway, all right, Jeff.
Well, I mean, if you had the phone number of the guy who wanted to do this, the first thing I would have done was go to the closest police department in that area that actually has drone pilots and tell them, hey, have we got a deal for you?
You know what? Look, and I'll say this one last thing, and then we'll be done. We'll move on. What about good old-fashioned keystering? Don't Google it. All right, Jeff, back to you.
Really? That's the way you oh, man.
Don't Google it.
You did me like that. That's just not right. Okay. So I do not have a reason why this next video exists. I do not have any context for you whatsoever, other than it was great that News 14 sent us this footage of a camper in the Ohio River.
Oh, such sadness. I think they just wanted to let you know that there was a poor little camper out there in the middle of the Ohio River. Doesn't it look so sad and lonely all by itself?
Poor old camper, bless his heart.
And then someone said, hey, we need to get some drone footage of this thing. You know, someone called that home. Quite possibly those meth heads that thought of sending a drone over a prison wall.
That's Mama's houseboat.
Yeah. All our Oxycontins in the Ohio River now. Smart.
But it melted.
All right, I digress. I told you it's going to be weird when I'm like very Ken-gested.
Yeah, he's congested. All right. All right. So the next in the news I have is from Israel, and they, of course, are very prolific with their drones, and they are one-upping by improving the ability for their users to interface with the drones. So they have a system called Casper, which is a hybrid operating system that will allow troops to talk using voice commands to drones.
Oh.
So instead of having to have a pilot there that is controlling the drone with the remote and be efficient with that, they're going to have voice commands that they could tell the drone what they want it to do, and then the automation will kick in and the drone will perform that action.
Okay, I see so many problems with this.
Me too.
Because
what if you got a bad accent like me?
Well, you could have an accent, or you could give it the wrong command, because these are weaponized drones, right? This isn't like GoPro, take a picture.
Oh no,
no,
these would be surveillance drones. They're not weaponized drones.
Oh, okay. Because some jokes are, could be like, return to home.
Yeah.
All right.
There, take a picture and come on back.
Voice recognition. Okay.
But that's basically what it is right there. Is the way you described it is for them to tell the drone where to go, take a photograph or circle the area and provide them, a video of where they're at and then come back.
Aren't they just, at this point, is that necessary? Aren't they just peacocking at this point? Google it.
Yeah.
Israel never ceases to surprise me with some of the stuff they come up with. I'm looking forward to finding out more about Casper. So hopefully we'll have some more news about that one in the future.
Okay.
All right. Next in the news, drone delivery services apparently seem to be competing with each other now.
Are they competing with each other?
Well, let's see.
Fantastic.
The future has landed in Tom Coulis's Frisco, Texas driveway. He's among the very first in the Lone Star State to get a delivery from a drone.
You ordered ice cream, and if you had done that through like a DoorDash or an Uber Eats or any of the food delivery services, that would have taken 20, 30 minutes.
Easily.
It was here in 5.
That's absolutely right.
That's a lot faster.
Totally faster and better quality product. It's not melted.
Wing, owned by Google's parent company Alphabet, just launched in suburban Dallas. And there's already competition. About 90 minutes away, Flytrex is focusing on Granbury, with drones dropping off coffee in Matt Barthelow's backyard.
See if it's still warm. Oh, it's hot.
It's hot?
It's hot, yeah.
For now, drone delivery is free. Users order from an app, a worker gets the item, loads and launches the drone, which is monitored by an FAA-certified operator.
This gives people quicker access to goods in a highly efficient manner.
Jonathan Bass from Wing.
Healthcare items, medications, food. We've delivered, COVID tests.
Wing's drones are designed and built in the U.S. They can carry about 3 pounds. A company study estimates in the Dallas area alone, drones could deliver about 2% of all purchased items, around $200 million in sales, saving people 39 hours of errand running a year.
We're expecting to take some of these packages that would have been delivered by, a 12,000-pound truck and instead deliver it with a 10-pound aircraft. And the huge advantage there that we see is a large reduction in carbon emissions, as well as an increase in safety.
By year's end, Walmart plans to add drone delivery in 6 states, and Amazon aims to launch its own drone fleet starting in California. Tom Koulis hopes it really takes off.
I'm being told by my producer that doesn't exist. Things are looking up for the drone delivery industry. God, local news. Oh, and like the way that dude slipped in safer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and of course they did reinforce the idea that these were FAA certified pilots that were flying the drones. So
right, and that's cost effective. Who wouldn't
Yeah.
want to pay $47 for a pint of ice cream, other than that dude who clearly eats ice cream in the video? I'm just saying, why couldn't the thin guy get the ice cream and the heavy guy get coffee? I'm just saying.
Yeah, that would make sense. All right, so next in the news, Eastern Kentucky has seen some incredible, deadly flooding, and we have this footage that was recently shared, giving you guys an idea of some of the devastation in the areas that were impacted.
Oh man, yeah, this is Eastern Kentucky. Terrible.
Yeah, that's bad.
Terrible flooding. Nothing but bad news. Poor
Yeah.
Kentucky's been through the ringer with tornadoes in Western Kentucky, and now this.
Yeah, Governor Andy Beshear said that 16 people have perished because of this storm or this flooding, and that as they clear these areas out and start cleaning this stuff up, that number may rise. So, which is a shame. It really is.
Very sad.
All right. So next in the news, and this is kind of the reason I wish that Kelly had been here for this, because SummerSlam is coming, and the WWE decided that the best way to show SummerSlam's new venue is with an FPV drone.
Uh-huh. Of course, I had to change out the music from the Kid Rock that they had.
Oh.
Because first of all, Kid Rock's not really music. But
Bite
Jeff,
your tongue.
yeah. Well, I know for a fact all of these areas that they're flying, I see many rule violations.
There's about 4 right there.
Yeah. Now, is that sustained flight over people? Nah, I would say yeah. That's a lot of sustainable flight. Unless they're all part of it. I don't know.
Oh, no,
If
that's
the
a lot of people.
WW...
Yeah, that's a lot of people to get permission from. I'm not thinking they did that.
Yeah, not to mention that
Oh, hey,
that
we'll give you a free drink.
that replica of the WSM Tower in Nashville,
Yeah.
that is a no-fly zone. And as close you are to that bridge right there, that's where Class G ends right there. And if you got fireworks at Nissan Stadium, there's a game going on, so there's TFR.
Damn.
Am I going to turn in the wrestling, the WW whatever the hell? What is it? W something? What is it? It's W something.
WWE.
Right. It's all fake, but that flight was real.
Yeah. Just call Stephanie McMahon for more information.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just tell him, well, Hulk Hogan said I could fly here, so Yeah.
It's Hulk Hogan. He's flying it,
I don't know.
man.
That's the only wrestler I know. Because, I'm a normal adult man. Unlike Kelly. Oh, Kelly, I hope you see this.
Yeah.
Kelly has a
Who's
closet full
Hulk,
of wrestling
man?
dolls. Oh, Kelly.
All right, so next in the news, Zipline was recently awarded a carrier certificate from the FAA that authorizes the company to complete long-range, on-demand drone deliveries in the U.S. And this has been something that we've covered in the past. But now they're going to actually be doing drone deliveries for medical supplies in the healthcare system in Washington State. So the first commercial drone deliveries for Zipline and the Multi-Care Health System partner will start this year in Washington State. And Zipline is probably one of the most, aged systems. They have been around for a long time. They started in Africa, and they made immense advancements in what they were able to do and impress so many people that Zipline's in multiple countries
That's
now.
legit. That's legit. Again, my
Yeah.
stance is, blood samples, medication, defibrillators, hospital to hospital, remote place to remote place. Yes, drone deliveries, yes. But fat guy getting his ice cream dropped to him on his lawn? Nope. It won't happen. Even if it does happen for a week. Because you had to hire some... I won't go into it. It's too costly. It's too costly. All right. As soon as all the lawyers die, then we'll have drone delivery.
So good luck with that.
All right. So next in the news, we have a story that comes to us recently of a 14-year-old who was saved by a drone.
Oh, good news. Awesome.
When we arrived, what we saw was a kid that was in a very bad condition, with almost no energy to keep floating. So I sent over the life vest. Because of the heavy waves, it was hard to reach him, but we finally managed to give him the vest, and he could float while lifeguards reached him with the jet ski. What we do with the drone is to arrive valuable seconds before the lifeguards do, helping the person drowning to float while the help is coming. These are vital seconds on some occasions. This extra time also allows lifeguards to reach the person more carefully, not risking in a rush.
That is awesome. I love to hear stuff like that. Now, if you're delivering rescue equipment, yes.
Hell yeah.
Tube socks? Nope. That's great. Yeah.
Okay. So USPA is a nationwide security firm, and they have announced plans to utilize drones to protect client properties such as cruise ships, stadiums, airports, and railway lines. But what's interesting in the fact is that they are a nationwide service. So they are going to be implementing this drone security across the entire United States. And they are signing contracts to generate protection in protected areas, response times of 90 seconds to anywhere on a 10-acre property. And it's going to use predetermined flights. They're offering video surveillance, anonymously chosen flight paths that are created by AI that will detect obstacles and do sweeps and allow the system to basically be unmanned. And this is to, improve to mitigate the cost of needing patrol vehicles at a lot of these locations, manned guard stations, and other personnel to pilot the drones where protection is needed and to cover large areas. So that's something I'm looking forward to hearing more about as they roll this out. The first deployments for this system are going to be in September, and it's basically remote autonomous security.
Hey,
that's a good idea.
Damn good idea.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So this one I have been waiting for ever since it popped up back on July 29th. I just have to share this with you guys because I love the fact that all of you love FPV. And we've done our Ukraine videos. But the Ukraine videos normally are the Mavics and things like that. You're very slow moving drones, and they're seeing other things happen. This one's a little bit different because Ukrainian forces decided that they wanted to use an FPV drone to strike a Russian position. The Russians had created a hideout of sorts, and I'll just let you watch.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
Четверта хата, сині двері. Бачиш сині двері? Да. Є!
Poof.
They flew it in the door.
Yeah.
Now,
Listen,
So-
listen, hold on, listen to this.
Взірвався? Та йобнуло нахуй тут блядь, блядь. Да, їх вже нема синів, блядь. А вони вилетіли? Воно вибігає. Бігає, хуєвши, сука. Very cool. Welcome to Ukraine.
Welcome to
welcome
Ukraine.
to Ukraine.
So that was a Russian hideout.
That comes through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the Russians had been using the building as a hideout, and the areas, the troops in the area had been able to see them, and so they mounted a explosive on an FPV drone and flew it in the door.
Yeah.
It's just amazing video.
That's great.
Creative.
Yep. Yep. Good for them.
All right, and last in the news, to immortalize Belfast's crazy people, we have garbage can racing.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure exactly what fresh hell this is that we're about to see here. Jeff, any more details, buddy?
Yeah, so the contest is part of West Belfast's Fili and Fobale. It's an annual arts and cultural festival established in 1988. And one of the events is this wheelie bin race.
The wheelie bin.
Yes. And so contestants drag out their garbage cans behind them while friends and family members and neighbors pelt them with water, flour, and any other non-injurious substance that came to hand.
Oh, my God.
And they've been doing this annually, apparently, ever since. And so, yeah, this is... And I probably mispronounced the name of this festival, so I apologize to anybody from Belfast. But the video footage is just fabulous.
Yeah.
It looks like so much fun.
It looks like fun if you're not carrying a wheelie bin.
Yeah, I want to be the guy that just nails them with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to grab a wheelie bin and run for it. That's me. I want to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, they get very creative. You got to give it to them.
Hold on. Hold on. It wasn't over yet. Look, they're just.
Oh.
Look at this dude, the winner. He's like, oh, I won, man. Cool it.
Drop your dang
That's awesome. That's awesome.
truck carrying this thing.
All right, Jeff. Well, thank you very much for the news, man.
You are most welcome, sir.
All right. We'll see you later.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
Oh, that Jeff Sills. We sure do appreciate him, don't we?
Yes, we do. He's great.
And we got Xjet coming up here in just a minute.
Okay.
But first, please enjoy the first of many Tatorisms.
All right. The first Tatorism is the worst time to have a heart attack is during a game of charades.
All right. Now another Tatorism.
Okay. Never under any circumstances take a laxative and a sleeping pill at the same time.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good advice right there. That's good advice. Oh, hold on a second. Do you hear that? What is that? Is that? Could it be?
Maybe.
I believe we've got a super chat train happening right now. Oh, I can feel the energy. It's off the chain. It's off the chain.
We'll sell you the entire seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
Yeah. All right, man. This is the bread and butter, man. This is This is how I can keep the lights on. So
Make
first,
that money, baby.
let me thank. We got 20 new members. How did we do that? The most members ever is because you can gift memberships.
Yes.
And so, the more members, the better. And I think how it works is somebody gifts the memberships, and then the next 20 people, like if you gift 10, then the next 10 to get them free, I guess. I don't know how it works. But Joseph Moylan Carter, thank you very much for the 5-pounder. Thank you very much, everybody in Europe, where it's like the wee hours of the morning. Thanks for staying up to watch this live. I really do appreciate it. Joseph says, Ken, where have you been? Beep, beep. The world been beep falling apart. Even my mom beep missed your show. Hope you got some beeping drone news. Yes, absolutely. In case you don't know, we're only doing this show live every other week so that I can have a social life.
It's well deserved.
It's time. Every week for 5 years, that's enough. I'm not going to stop doing the show. It's just we're going to have an encore presentation of one of the many hundreds of other shows that I've done. In between, because I was actually killing myself doing this show. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's hard to do. Keith, D&D Aerial Views, $5. Thank you very much. Here, Ken, missed you. Take some money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will do. Joe Fotoleo. Joe Fotoleo. I was corrected. I've got a letter from him we'll read here in just a minute where he corrected. Apparently, I've been mispronouncing a lot of people's names, and I'm going to try to remember. My default guesses are always wrong, though. He says, choo choo, see y'all at Minefield. Yes, Minefield 3.0 coming up. It's going to be fantastic. I've already arranged with Mother Nature. It's going to be 72 degrees, slight breeze, little poofy clouds. Definitely not going to be oppressively hot. It's going to be fun. Bring the kids. It'll be fun.
Yeah, sure.
And Tater's definitely coming, right?
Yes.
And you're not lying.
I don't know. If my wife kicks my butt,
he doesn't know if he's lying yet. He'll let us know if he's lying after he asks the wife. Eric Swanson, $5. Thank you, Eric Swanson. Or is it Swainson? I don't know right now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Swanson.
Yeah. Eric. My name is pronounced Eric.
Eric.
F remote ID. Here's $5. Yes. Hashtag FAAHQ. Ha. Q. Yeah. Brittany Haley. Hey, Brittany. Thank you very much. $5. Tater, show Ken your pics of you and Tater Tot. Yeah. How's Tater Tot doing?
Tater Tot is having a blast. He's Robloxing it up, man.
Oh, good. How old is Tater Tot now?
He's 8 years old.
Cool. I will mute my coughs too, by the way. 8 years old. That's a good age for a kid.
It is. He's having a lot of fun.
Okay. The DJI Hobby guy. Wait, no, the DJI Hobby guy Gray. That's a long username. But $5. Thank you so much. Message has been retracted, yet the money made it through. So thanks. I don't know what you had to say. Maybe it was, Tater, you look so good in your... That's not a do-rag you're wearing, is it? What is that?
Hopefully, operator hat.
Oh, it's a hat. Okay, I see.
Backwards.
Andy Cortez. Hey, what's up, man? He says, what's the difference between FPV and a Wonder Bra? With one, trees are dicks, and the other, these are tricks. Thanks, man. So clearly Andy's back on the sauce. Thanks, buddy, for the 5-pounder. Pounding it. Ken Torbeck, $2. And the Russian's last word was sucka. And by the way, Ken Torbeck has made and provided these really, really cool, available at Minefield pins. These are, limited edition Minefield 3.0 pins. You wear them. And I'll be keeping some of these in the cop car, in the drone patrol car. These are the drone patrol shield. I'll mostly have these for the kiddies and for any state troopers that pull me over.
Ooh,
so I look more legit.
Your sniffles, you have one on each side.
Yeah, because I'm still getting pulled over by the real cops in my drone patrol car. But that'll end. And let me show you one other thing real quick. Ken sent me this. This is a This is the bridge in Chicago. It's from our Route 66 trip.
Oh,
and he put
nice.
the pin that he's a pin guy. He's a pin guy. So I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be at Minefield.
Oh, that'll be great. He had it matted up and everything, man.
Oh yeah, it's pro. It's pro level.
Doing it right.
So thanks for the $2, Ken. Anubis Arts, TJ Grady, $20, and he says, now this is very important. He says, pickles.
Pickles, that's right.
Pickles. Stand
You
by.
never know how far one will squirt till you step on it.
Please stand by while I moisturize.
Moisturize anyway.
I'm a little dry. All right.
We'll forgive you.
Thank you for the $20, TJ. Look Mama Drone, one of the best usernames. Has been a member for 11 months. Thank you. He says, look, Mom, 20 new members. Wow, this is the most new members we've ever had. Again, you can gift memberships if you so desire. That really does help the channel. 21 new members tonight. The most ever. Aviano Rob, $50, man. $50 from Rob. Man, my Robs are always coming through, man.
You can't beat a Rob, man.
No, Team Rob, man. Hashtag Team Rob.
Team Rob.
You know you can be on Team Rod if you want.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be a Rob to be on Team Rob. You could be Larry on Team Rob, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but the recent FAA ruling may not be a bad thing. Just saying. Well, there's some truth to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. As Xjet's head explodes. No, stand by, Xjet. Mr. B Outdoors Misadventures, $5. Here is a force multiplier. You're darn right.
Multiplier. Super chats are a force multiplier, soldier. You sit up straight when I'm talking to you. No dropping. Give me $5.
Zeb Meat, $10 from Zeb Meat. Hey, welcome to Ukraine. I can hear accent in your texts. I can.
Very good accent you do there.
Yeah, yours sounds more like a vampire.
No.
It's Ukraine. It's Ukraine with a Louisiana accent. Bob Casey Ariel, been a member for 21 months. Thank you very much. Genesee, I got to hang out with Genesee in Tennessee. Yeah, I did that big tower dive, 800 feet. 800 feet. Yeah, had to brave the fence that said no trespassing. But if you send your drone over a fence, that's not trespassing, according to the FAA. So there's that. Continuing with the train. Oh, she says, for your reserve GoPro fund and Power Loop school. Great fun on Saturday, yeah. We walked through this tunnel under a road before we got to the tower, and I thought, I'll just Power Loop that real quick. Slammed the GoPro down. I thought it was dead. I had it here from it. It resurrected itself.
Was it a hero session?
It was a Hero 9, and I turned it on like every day. I was like, wonder if you work today. I just turned it on, and it was like, I'll try to work. And then the next day it was just back. I gave it a Ken cushion is what I did. Thank you, Genesee. Art Code Drone Solutions, $10. Thank you, Art.
Thanks, Art.
Just keep in mind, Art, he used to be, emphasis on past tense, a comedian. So Art says, I used to work at a heavy petting zoo.
Oh, heavy petting zoo. I like that.
Yeah. Do you?
Well,
yeah. Thanks, Art. Mark Sullivan, $5. Choo Choo, he says, as we continue this train, which seems to be growing, and we thank you very much for that. Dizzy Dean FPV, $5. Stickers. I love stickers. I love stickers. Yes, I do.
Stickers. I like stickers. Yes, I do.
I do.
Stickers.
Stickers.
Stickers. I like stickers more than you.
One more time.
Stickers.
Stickers. Thank you very much, Dizzy Dean. And look, Mama Drone back with $5. I had to change my name because you kept butchering it like Baba Booey. What did I do? What? Did I mess up? Look, Mom, a drone? What was it before? Oh, well, okay.
Look, Mama Drone?
Look, Mama Drone. That's a great username. Rob Muller.
Really is.
He says, woohoo. Lots of love from Haarlem in the Netherlands. Thank you, Rob. One of my favorite Robs. He's in my top 5 Robs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I won't say which one, but you know which one you are. You know which one's number 1. Leonard Oglesby, been a member for 22 months. He says, just pronounce them Smith. Yes. These are all the names that I'm getting wrong. Matt Bugby, Aerial Views, $5. I just sat down. Here's my $5 late fee. My goodness. And not a cough drop in sight. I didn't think I had... You know what? Before we bring in Xjet, because there's going to be a lot of discussion, I'm going to run down while Tater gives you a taterism and grab my cough drops. Thank you, Matt Bugby. $5. And Cameron East with $5. Thank you very much. He didn't say anything, but we know what he meant, right?
We know what he meant. We got the subconscious.
And what did he want to say but didn't have time to type it in?
He wanted to say that the two most common elements in the universe are hydrogen and stupidity.
Wow. That's a lot. No wonder he couldn't type that in. So Junk Pick wants to know who's going to Minefield. Yes, please let me know in the chat if you're planning on going. I got a lot of RSVPs through the website. I know some people won't RSVP, and it'll just show up, and that's fine as well. It's a free event. Completely free, no charge. You can camp.
There'll be food there.
You can pee in the car wash, whatever you want to do, man. It's open.
Yeah, that's fun.
Don't pee in the car wash. Don't do that. WHM3, $20. Oh wow! Thank you very much for the $20. I think I'm watching too many of Ken's crash vids. I'm getting real good at crashing my drone. Oh, and I'm still accepting.
Better, right?
Yeah, I'm still accepting crash videos. By the way, KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Make sure you send me a link and not a file. That's easier for me. And
for all you karma flyers out there.
What's that?
For all you karma flyers out there.
That's right. Are there any karma flyers left? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Brittany Haley, $2. Everyone needs to put their stickers on Drone Patrol. Yes, and this is the end. And Ken Torbeck's back with $5. Sorry, Ken, recovering from spinal cord injury and can't make it to Minefield. Oh my goodness. So he made these pins with a spinal cord injury.
Man, that's some serious dedication and commitment.
It is. Thank you so much. You guys are really amazing. I couldn't do this without you, and I wouldn't do it without you. Because if I did it without you, I'd be talking to myself, and that would be weird. That would be weird.
I think if you have conversations with yourself all the time.
Although I do tend to vocalize my inner monologue to my dog.
That's okay.
Right? So I'm not crazy if I have a dog. If I didn't have a pet and I still did it, then I'd be a nut. Kevin Jameson, $10. Thank you very much for that. As we are getting near, he says, thanks for all the entertainment. You are welcome, Kevin. We're here. You have all the entertainment that you can savor. We'll make more.
That's right.
Dirt Road Drones, $5. The show seems to be better since you went by weekly. See what you did there.
I see what he did.
And Drone Rob back with $20 as the caboose. I think he's the caboose. Nope. He says, go Team Rob, happy TNL. John Taylor, $2. Thank you. And Newfoundland Drones with a Canadian $10. Thank you very much. I hear the Canadian money is almost like real money.
It's plastic.
Okay. No, just a quick aside. I have to play this video. This was sent this is unbelievable to me. Check this out. Speaking of Canadians. This is
1986 quarter from Canada. What is it made out of?
Steven Drones.
Go ahead.
Look at this. He's got a magnet.
Keep going.
Watch this.
Keep going.
What the hell is that?
What the heck?
What?
Well, they're using steel.
What? Are they? What are Canadian quarters made of, or is it just a 1986 one? Please, Canadians, let me know.
I'm going magnet fishing.
Yeah. Uncle Bill's Toys, $5, and that is the caboose. Thank you very much, everybody, for the support. And just because the train went by doesn't mean the super chats need to end. I will get to every one that you decide to give. He says, does Tater get claustrophobic when he sees a sheet of aluminum foil? You know, because of the foil you wear on your head so the aliens don't steal your thoughts, I guess. Thank you, Uncle Bill's Toys. And Media Mike in at the wire with $20. Hi, Ken and Tater. Happy TNL. Now, I'm going to give you some music so you can give a couple Taterisms while I run downstairs.
All right.
And, I'm going to give you some haiku music. You just, the show is yours until I can get back, all right? All right. So here is Here is Tater. I got to go fetch some cough drops. I'm going to die.
I don't usually brag about going to expensive places, but I gas station. And what do you call a dog with no legs? Doesn't matter, he won't come. I'm gonna say, here's one for all you old people out there. I miss being able to slam my phone down when I hang up on somebody. Violently pressing the end call button just doesn't do it for me. Be yourself is about the worst advice you can give to some people.
Okay. Let's see. All right, we lost 50 viewers, so it must have been awesome.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So, I'm just kidding, Tater. All right. The cough drop.
There you go. Get your cough drop.
Oh. All right.
There you go.
Let us endeavor to call. No, that's. Let's call Bruce, a.k.a. Xjet.
Yes.
A.k.a.
Yeah.
the Mad Hatter of drones. And RC.
It's about to go down.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Downtown, Brown.
So tell us something prophetic while I...
Well, it's days like these that make me wish they made a Flintstone chewable morphine.
We gotta run these by the network sponsors.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Counting to 10 only makes it premeditated.
By the way, I see a couple other super chats trickling in there. I will not forget you, and I love you. But we are calling the man, the legend, the Kiwi. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, hopefully.
There he is.
What?
Got his own cat on too, man.
I was the Mad Hatter. I'm going to be dressed as introduced.
Oh, he grabbed the prop right away. So I think you're supposed to put the headphones over that. There you are. Now I recognize you. Bruce, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ken.
It's good to have you back. I don't know. Anything going on in the world you want to talk about?
Nah, it's all pretty quiet, isn't it? Nothing happening.
Nothing to worry about. It's just a lovely other day in the drone world.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
any questions?
Let me go ahead and read this statement. Do you know Ryan LaTourette? In case you don't, here he is. He was on the show just a few weeks back talking about this very topic. Here he is introducing himself, and then I'll read a statement from him.
So first, let me say, for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Ryan LaTourette, and I am the Director of Regulatory Affairs for the Great Lakes Drone Company in Michigan. And one of the things that I do constantly is drone cases, especially dealing with preemption, state preemption as the main thing. But yeah, RDQ is one of those things that we are very interested in. Race Day Quads sued the FAA over remote ID, and remote ID is supposed to go live in September of 2023, so next year. But in order to do that, they first have to come up with the protocols as to what's going to be broadcast over remote ID. They haven't done that, right, at all. And that has to be incorporated by the manufacturers in September of this year. So we're only a couple months away, and we still don't have the protocols.
So that was just a couple weeks ago. And let me go ahead and read the statement that he gave after the decision was handed down, where Race Day Quads lost. And then, Bruce, you can tell me if you agree or if you have any additional input, which I know you will. All right. Ryan says, the recent decision in federal court that denied Race Day Quad's lawsuit regarding remote ID was largely disappointing. I think we can all agree with that. While RDQ does have an opportunity to appeal the decision, the likelihood of such is close to nil. The decision by the panel of 3 federal judges isn't likely to be overturned, and was the recognition by the plaintiff that they had given their all in the arguments. What this court loss does do is make a dangerous new world for the drone operators who comply with remote ID. Giving anti-drone Karens the location of pilots during operations will cause disruptions and harassment during flights. We are likely to see an increase in the destruction of drones and equipment, along with thefts as a result of the general public being granted pinpoint locations of drone operators in flight. The one positive out of this decision is the denial of the argument that low-altitude airspace should not fall under FAA jurisdiction. Had the court ruled in favor of RDQ's suggestion of some airspace as private property, it would have opened the floodgates to state and local ordinances, creating complex patchwork quilt, making it next to impossible for drone operators to know where they could or could not fly. And what remains to be seen now is whether or not the drone community will comply. Do you think the drone community will comply?
Well, the feedback I've been getting is that there's going to be a very low level of compliance. People just don't, they're not interested. And they know that enforcement is so weak that they'll get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no enforcement.
Yeah.
Other than
risky element there is that when there's no enforcement, the authorities usually pick someone and make a scapegoat or an example of them to try and have a chilling effect on everyone else. And that means if you're that poor person, well, you get the book thrown at you for no real reason sometimes.
So this hard date of the 16th of September, do we have to worry about it this year?
I don't think so, because one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to push that date out because nobody can ship a compliant drone, or they're going to say, we won't be enforcing this until a later date. The rule comes into effect, but we will not be enforcing it until whatever. So either way, it means it gives a bit more breathing space.
Do you think it'll just keep getting pushed out? Because the reality of the situation...
There's a lot of commercial pressure on the FAA to clear the space and make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. So they can't push it out forever, but they may just because they're so far behind the calendar at this stage, they've got to do something.
Will our older drones be grandfathered in? I mean, we'll have to add them.
You'll be able to fit a remote ID module to them in 2023. I think that's what happens. But all new drones manufactured as of, not necessarily sold as of the 16th of September, but manufactured after that date. So it becomes hard to enforce anyway, because you don't know how many drones and things are in the pipeline. You go into a shop on the 17th, and all the drones there are likely to have been made quite a bit earlier than the 16th, so they can still be sold with that remote ID.
Right. Will there be standardization of this module? Will there be different sizes for different size drones?
Yeah.
Well, they've left the door open there as long as it complies with the requirements, and that you can. I think you can self-certify, but there has to be, a statement of certification, and as long as it transmits all the data in the formats which are yet to be really announced, then you'll be able to throw that on your model. But that's a whole year out. We don't have to worry too much about that. It's only store-bought, brand new drones that we'll have to be concerned about.
So in your opinion,
unless you're Part 107 and you make your own drones, and if you make a drone after the 16th of next month, you're going to have to fit yourself standard remote ID to it.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the 107 people need to worry about this a little bit more. But
how much it costs too, you got to think.
What's that, Tater?
I'm wondering how much it's going to cost if you have to fit a unit to your drone.
Well, the broadcast remote ones, the little modules, they won't be very expensive, because just about the same price as a radio control receiver, I think. Pretty cheap. Probably you've got to look at about $50, $60 to $100 maximum. But it's the standard remote ID thing that's the problem. If you want to build, if you're a Part 107 operator, you want to build a freestyle drone after the 16th of next month, you're going to have to fit a system that also allows your transmitter to talk to the drone to tell it where you're standing, because that's one of the parts of standard remote ID, and also a system that will not allow the drone to take off unless the remote ID has checked itself and said that it's working. So it's quite a complex system.
Oh, wow.
How do we instill real world practicality into this governmental stuff? Because clearly the people that are coming up with this stuff have no idea how it's supposed, because in their mind, how is it supposed to work ideally to the powers that be?
Well, the only thing you can do is lock up the lobbyists. It's the only way you'll stop this from happening. It's money is talking. And it got so bad. I watched an FAA stream. It was the day before yesterday. Enjoy your drone, or have fun with your drone. And it was speaking to people. What do you do when you buy your drone? They walked you through it. And I was dismayed, because the people who were presenting this were not recreational drone flyers. They were members of the FAA and the commercial operators and things, telling people how to have fun with their recreational drone, and they said, oh, you got to, when you buy it, you've then got to register. They didn't mention that if it's sub 250, you do not have to register. It was really, really biased, and it was taken from a commercial perspective. And this is the whole thing that worries me. The commercial side of drones is controlling the recreational side way too much. We are the majority. More drone flights every day are done by recreational users than by commercial users, but the commercial users have all the say, and that's not right.
Yeah, and that whole sub 250 myth is being perpetuated, where people think that sub 250 drone is an outlaw drone. You can fly on the White House lawn. You can do whatever you want with it. As the law stands right now, if it's under 250 grams in the United States, then you're just saving $5 from registration because you're not a commercial
Exactly.
pilot.
One of the problems is that we don't have consistent drone laws between countries, because if you go to the UK, if you've got a sub 250 gram drone, you can pretty much fly it everywhere except for flight exclusion zones. You can fly it over police stations and all sorts of things. You see these auditors on YouTube in the UK going along and flying their drones everywhere and trying to make people angry because they go to a company and say, I'm going to fly my drone over your building. And the company manager says, no, you can't. But they can, because they don't own the airspace. And under 250 grams, it's virtually, you can fly over people, you can do all sorts of things. But that doesn't apply in other countries. So people quite rightly get a bit confused.
That is true. And, people tend to follow FAA's innovations, let's call them, in other countries. Like, for example, your CAA there takes cues from the FAA,
Yeah, there is a bit of backwards and forwards between regulators, because, for example, the US, or the FAA is now looking at shielded operations, which is something that was invented in New Zealand, where flying below the tree line, you're not a threat to manned aviation, so you should get extra privileges and rights when you're doing that.
Yeah.
And I think the FAA is looking into that. But we've had that here for 6-7 years, I think.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Shielded operations, that's just common sense. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, if you have a question, I know Tater does. If you have a question, let us know in the chat. Yes, Tater.
Well, is this rule also going to apply to like RC models, fixed wing aircraft, or is it strictly okay?
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no distinction made at all between rotary wing and fixed wing things. So, as of the 16th of next month, manufacturers making bind and fly and ready to fly models will not be able to sell them without having the standard remote ID fitted, because they are a drone.
Yeah, there is so much confusion, and that's why, these people are flying their sub 250 drones over police stations in the UK, because even the police there don't know all the rules. And
everyone's confused, which is crazy, because we have the same drones, the same air, the same risks and everything. So if all these regulators have done the risk assessment, they'd all have the same set of rules, but they haven't. They're just pulling stuff out of their backside, so to speak. Well, we think this is dangerous, we think that's dangerous, but they're not actually identifying, quantifying the risks so that have a harmonious set of rules.
Is it because they're ignoring the people in our community that can give them that information, that real world information? This is all driven by commercial interests. If you look at the makeup of the ARCs that are there to the FAA consults with, I think the hobby has got is it 2 or 3? I think 3 people supposedly representing the hobby, but 2 of them are commercial anyway. We've got Vic Moss, nice guy, but he is Vic Moss photography, aerial photography. He's not solely recreational. We've got Kenji, and he, I think, is also has a commercial entity because he's tied up with Vic in some way. And the interesting thing here is if we want to stop this remote ID thing going through, we can, because Kenji holds a patent for remote ID technology. Now, Kenji said he's all for the hobbyist and so forth. So Kenji now, with his patent, can do one of 2 things. He can say, well, I'm actually telling porkies and I'm not for the hobby. I'm going to not enforce my patent, or I'm going to license it perhaps to the FAA and make a lot of money out of it. Or he can say, I hold the patent. You cannot implement broadcast remote ID because you don't have a license from me. What do you think he'll do? Oh, that's an impossible position to be in.
Yeah,
but he put himself in that position. He was on the ARC discussing remote ID, and so he became privy to the fact that, well, this technology is probably going to come, rushed out and filed a patent. And he says he's working for the hobbyist. I think he should say, I refuse to license this to the FAA. We should all throw a whole lot of money in a pot so that we can take the FAA to court if they go ahead and use it, because it would be infringing his patent. And a patent is only a right to sue, and to sue you've got to have the money. I think the community would throw as much money as necessary into the pot to sue the FAA if they breached his patent.
Yeah, but then wouldn't somebody else just develop something else and
Yeah,
patent
but a
it.
patent covers the theory, the whole concept of broadcasting all that information. You can't get around it.
So it's the idea that he's patented.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
So
he holds all the cards, and I've said I don't believe that Kenji and Vic are truly in there for the hobbyist, even though they are the hobbyist representatives. And now's the time to hold Kenji's feet to the fire and say, if you really are here for the hobbyist, then don't let the FAA introduce the remote ID. Hold your patent to them and say, you need a license, I'm not giving you one.
All right, devil's advocate.
Hit us, old devil.
If Nikola Tesla didn't invent radio, by the way, Nikola Tesla did invent radio, speaking of patents, okay? Marconi was a thief. Marconi stole many of Tesla's patents to invent radio. So in that vein, wouldn't somebody else just come up with a different, because does a patent cover a theory like that?
Yeah. The patent says this covers the broadcast of information about the drone from the drone using radio frequency. And you can't get around it. That's how broadcast remote ID works. That's the only way it works. So there's no way around that patent. And yeah, that's a trump card.
So if Alexander Graham Bell didn't want anybody to have a phone, he could just patent the phone and then we'd be all screwed? Yep. Really? I think somebody else would have invented a phone. I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of that, but Kenji's in an impossible position to have to make a decision.
It's not really impossible. You make your choice. You either say, yes, I am for the hobbyist and I'll use my patent for good, or you say, yeah, I was actually telling pork pies when I said I was for the hobbyist and I'm going to cash out on this.
Right.
Man.
Yes, Tater, you look like you're in deep thought.
Or is he going to be the good guy riding in on the white horse?
It's a position he put himself in, though.
Man.
So, what's our community like? What's the drone hobby like in 10 years, Bruce? How does this all shake out?
Well, look, there's this promise. I mean, remember the opening comments of that judge? Drones are coming, and a lot of them. Run to the nearest window, everybody. Look out. Do you see any drones? I bet you don't. It's all hype and hysteria produced by the commercial drone, parties who want to be able to monetize this airspace. So I think it's all pretty much going to fall flat on its face. Because another thing I was thinking about today, you've got all these heavy delivery drones, 50 pounds plus delivery drones flying over people's houses and roads and things. You've got these autonomous air taxis with people in them flying over buildings and cities and roads and so forth. And they're all controlled by GPS. GPS is the way they navigate. They know where they are. There's a coronal mass ejection, solar flare from the sun, and the GPS system, everyone loses a lock. What happens next?
True. And what you said about the commercial drone industry really does affect hobbyists. The only reason hobbyists now can have unsustained flight over people is because some delivery drone company had to fly over people to deliver their stuff to someone.
It's like BV loss. The hobby's been doing BV loss for over 10 years. And there's never been one death, one injury, or one piece of property damage as a result of that. So the hobby knows what it's doing with BV loss. Yet we've got the commercial drone industry dictating to us how BV loss will be done. And they've never done it. Most of them have never done it, but they're going to tell us how to do it.
Will the CAA in New Zealand, will they kind of take charge and say, what you're doing is kind of dumb. Maybe we'll do our own thing. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, all the regulators want to lead the world in regulation, which is another reason why they're all different. They also, our regulations are best. We're leading the world. And so to their credit, the civil aviation in New Zealand, when the government suggested that drones should be registered, they pushed back and said, no, there's no point. There's no purpose. It doesn't increase safety. All it does is impose a financial burden on people, and we don't see any reason to have it. And the government said, oh, my goodness, okay, then we'll tell someone else to do it. So they passed the burden of regulation from CAA to our Ministry of Transport. And the Ministry of Transport is now going to set the rules, and they will do whatever they're told, so they will introduce registration here. I find that atrocious because I don't transport anything with my drone. What has the Ministry of Transport got to do with my drone?
Yeah, the problem is trying to do blanket legislation for so many permutations of different drones and RC thing, fixed wing, there's so many different things. You can't.
Yeah, but we don't need all these regulations. You only need 2 regulations. Do not endanger people, do not endanger property. Everything else is advisory.
Yeah. And the one reason I have hope for the future. I somewhere in the back of my mind, I don't see remote ID happening. I just don't. There's not a real reason. I just feel it in my heart. I feel it's going to fall flat in its face. And the reason why I say that is because I remember back in the olden times. You remember the olden times back in like the 60s, 70s, 80s. Shut up, Tater. You're a youngin'. But you used to have. Do you remember CB radio?
Yeah.
In the United States, you used to have a license, and FM broadcasters like myself, we used to have from the FCC a license to broadcast on an FM station. And what happened over time is people just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. People were hired too quickly. The paperwork didn't go through. It was too expensive or something. Then finally the FCC just said, meh. And now you don't have to do it anymore. Anybody can be on the radio or talk on the CB. But it's stuff like that.
There was no safety imperative with CB radio. No one was getting hurt if someone broadcast on a CB radio. And that's one of the things. And the real reason we have remote ID is because they want to monetize the airspace. Remember that networked remote ID that was originally suggested? You would have to pay before you could arm your drone. You'd have to have the thing be connected and pay. That is the end goal. That's the end game. And the FAA said, we listened to all the feedback and we made these changes. The only feedback they listened to were their technology partners who said, we can't provide you with enough coverage for you to implement the system. So if you look carefully at the FAA's response, they say, we will not be implementing network remote ID at this time. They said at this time. As soon as the technology is available, they'll say, right, everyone's going network.
But again, back to enforcement.
Yeah.
The FAA, the CAA, they're not enforcement agencies. They leave that up to. Am I right? I mean, there's no.
The thing though with remote ID is that they're passing that burden on to police. Police will have their little apps on their phones, and if they see a drone and it doesn't have remote ID, they can then, and of course, they will then farm that out as like a concession. If the police want to make money, they just track down the people with that remote ID and give them citations, and they keep the money.
Yeah, and police don't want to deal with that. They have so much other things to deal with. They're dealing with mental health and everything else that police are asked to do.
Oh, come on. I watch TV. All the American police are just sitting on the side of the road to collect money from motorists. They just have these, things, they stop them. And I see on YouTube that people get pulled over, and if they got cash in the car, get seized as all that sort of stuff. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah, which is part of the reason why my drone patrol cop car is so hilarious, because there is no drone enforcement. That's why it's funny to me. But I don't know. I just don't. Should do, in your opinion, because there's a lot of people, I get emails all the time. There's too much stuff I got to worry. I'm out. They're either leaving the hobby or it's a barrier to get into it because they're worried about all this stuff.
Barrier to entry is too high.
Yeah. Bruce, your opinion.
With all the penalties and risks associated, I think a lot of parents will say, no, you can't fly drones. Go back to dealing drugs on the footpath, on the sidewalk. It's much safer to do that than it is to have a drone. But the real problem is that we're regulating recreational drones as if they were commercial. There needs to be a much bigger divide between the hobby and commercial operators. Sure, make commercial operators fit remote ID, make them do anything that you need to, because the risk profile of their craft is totally different to the risk profile of a Mavic or something like that. A 55-pound delivery drone, if it falls on your head, it's going to kill you real dead. If a Mavic falls on your head, you might get a scratch and a sore head, but it's not going to kill you. The risk is great, massively different. So they need to, all these things that they're introducing, I can see a place for them in the commercial drone operation, but certainly not in recreational use.
Yeah.
Right, but they're trying to legislate common sense.
Yeah,
because I don't even think they're doing that. I think they're trying to make their own job easier by not bothering to draw a distinction between things like model aircraft with fixed wings and that you're not going to be flying in downtown New York, and a drone and a commercial operator. They're all different. They need to be treated differently. But the regulators just said too hard. We'll treat them all the same.
That's too hard. You're right. That's lazy.
It is
exactly.
Lazy.
That is lazy.
And despite the fact they've made it so easy for themselves, they're still going to miss their September 16th deadline.
Big Water UAV Solutions with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, non-compliance and nullification is the answer. Remote ID puts the F in the FAA.
Martin Luther King rocks. Remember what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So just your final thought on all of this, because this is the hot button issue right now. Just again, in the near future, we don't have to worry about September 16th, 2022.
Only if you're buying brand new stuff off the shelf. That's the only, I mean, and that's the retailer's problem. They can't sell them. So they can't sell them if they don't have standard remote ID. So as users, unless you're a Part 107 operator, as I say, and you want to build a new drone, then you're in real trouble, because unless they push out the enforcement or the actual implementation deadline, you are required by the rule to fit standard remote ID, a certified standard remote ID system, to your new built drone. And that's not going to be possible.
Okay. And then there's another date. Is it September 16th, 2023?
Yeah, that's when it comes in for everybody. If you've got existing drones, you have to fit a module on them, or radio control models, put a module on them and fly that way. The interesting thing is, I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to lose their shirts in the commercial drone industry. It's not going to be what they're claiming to be. We won't have these air mobility, autonomous air taxis, electric multi-rotor air taxis. It's all going to fall apart when the reality of the situation finally comes home. It's like Bitcoin. It's like the dot-com boom. There's all the speculative investment, and then suddenly, the cold, harsh light of reality dawns, and all the money disappears, and people go, "Oh, what were we doing?" In which case, a lot of this stuff will be unwound, and we'll get back to some sensibility.
I hope you're right. And you usually are, sir.
And by the way, what percentage of the super chats do I get?
Oh, you get 100%. I'll send that to you. Do you have you got the pay thing? You got the
I read on the internet that you have to pay to be on these podcasts and on the streams now. People are paying big money to go on these streams because it increases their profile. So how much do I owe you, Ken?
Oh no, gratis, no problem. Just
we'll call it contra deal, eh? We'll do a contra.
This one's on me.
Little pro bono work there.
Yeah. So, one more thing. You got a little bit more time, Bruce?
Yeah, sure.
Here's something wacky. Apparently, there was an NPRM here in the United States that recently closed about, and this is insane to me, that apparently drones might have right-of-way over hot air balloons. Have you heard this?
Yeah, I think I saw something about that. Yeah.
Oh,
and
my!
The hot balloon people are outraged because they can't move.
Yeah, they're just big lumbering elephants of hot air. Where they're going, evasive maneuvers. You know what? There's a drone. Let's get out of there. You can't steer those things. That's, I'm always in favor of the drones, but the hot air balloon guys, they're a wonderful group. I know many of them, and there's no way that works.
That would have been proposed by the commercial drone people because they don't want to have to give way to anyone.
You're right. You can read into it just like that, because what if here comes Amazon with my tube socks and there's a big old lumbering stupid ass hot air balloon in the way. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
The only reason they're doing that, not because they expect the hot air balloon to get out of the way, but in the event of an inevitable crash, then they won't be liable. Which is, again, what I say.
Yeah.
All these drone deliveries will be possible after all the lawyers die.
Yeah, and there is one solution that the US will never embrace, but it's done by Altitude Angel in the UK. They've developed a system which would not require remote ID at all, and hobbyists could fly anywhere they wanted, and it automatically routes the commercial drone traffic around the hobbyists. So the hobbyists basically have right of way. It's a fantastic system. It's being trialled in the UK at the moment in what they call a drone corridor, and if only the USA and other countries would adopt it, we wouldn't have to have all this crap.
Yeah, well, one day it'll be... the skies will be filled, and there'll be some sort of highway in the sky that's legit and able to happen. But unfortunately, we're not there technology-wise.
Oh, drones are coming, and lots of them.
Lots of them. Now, Bruce, I just want to personally thank you for being an RC OG. I love both of your channels. There's links to his channels in the description. Please go and subscribe. Every once in a while, not a lot, but every once in a while, when I see your title that's posted and has the word rant in it, I'm like, oh,
we got to watch it.
I'm like, I get the popcorn. Oh, what's he ranting about? Because you have some amazing insight on stuff. And so again, there's links in the description to all Bruce's stuff. But there's something that you need help with, and that is your beloved
it's saving our tower.
Yeah. What does that tower have a name?
It's the Tokoroa Airfield Tower. That's all it's called. But we had a tremendous response from the community, but we could always do with more, because I'm about to do a full page up of all the stuff I can find, and I'm going to send it to the media and say, look, this tower is world famous. You need to talk to our council, shame them into not knocking this down. At the moment, the only way to stop them is to shame them into not knocking it down.
It's a piece of history.
It is, and you see it in a lot of your videos. So the airfield where this is located, it's obviously not in use anymore, but give us a little bit of a history with that thing.
Yeah, it was never actually a proper airfield tower. It was actually a movie set prop. It was an old forestry lookout tower, where they stand up and look for forest fires. So they cut it down a bit and put it on the airfield because there was a movie called Superfire filmed there in about 2000, I think it was, turn of the century, which was a made-for-TV movie in America. And so that was screened on American TV. It's still available on DVD, I think, maybe only VHS, I don't know. But it's available. And it had some, reasonably big stars in it. And so it was filmed there. So it's a bit of a history also for the people in the town. Some of them were extras and some of them worked on the set and so forth. So, yeah, it has a connection to the town.
Have you been up there? Have you been in it?
Yeah, I've been up there a few times, but they took the ladders down so that people couldn't get up because it was far too dangerous to climb up the tower. You could, I don't know, if you jumped really hard, you might actually fall off it.
Right, that's like in Minefield where the sculpture, the fire towers. Now, I climb it even though he's removed the stairs, but the brackets for the stairs, that's the only way to get up. So every year I climb up there no matter how stinking old I get. So I'll do it again this year. And Jason Shepard promises he's going to come up there with me. But what can people do to help you with the tower?
Well, there's a video on my Xjet channel called Save the Tower or something. I forget what it's called, but you'll know it when you see it. And in there is a link to a JPEG which you can print out and go to some place in your town which identifies your town, be that this sort of city limits sign or something, and take a selfie of yourself and then post it to your socials or you can email it to me, and then I will put that into the whole compilation of images. We've got stuff from all over the place, a lot of American stuff, a lot of European, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and what I want to get across is the fact that this tower is world famous all around the world. It's the only claim to fame this town actually has on the world stage, and for the local council to knock it down is basically, it would be doing a huge disservice to everybody.
Well, hopefully people do that. You're going to do that, aren't you, Tater?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Excellent.
Here next to the city limit sign.
Excellent.
I'm still waiting for Ken's one.
I've got I got the actors, and I've called Industrial Light and Magic. We're doing a whole CGI thing. It's going to be amazing.
No, it has to be legit. Can't be CGI Photoshop.
Oh no, don't do no. They're building. I got the people that built the Star Wars models. I got that guy. It's a whole thing.
There's a 3D printer file for the tower. If you've got a 3D printer, you can print your own tower. A lot of people have printed a tower and gone up and sort of put the tower in a spot and photographed it.
Is it available on Thingiverse?
Yeah, no, it's I think so, and printables. There's a link in the description of my video anyway.
Okay, I'll copy that link and put it in my link here so people can find it easier.
Yep.
And I'll get something too, I promise. Bruce, thank you so much for your insight and for your rage and passion for this hobby. We love you, man. All right.
Well, someone's got to stick up for it.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bruce.
No worries.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye. How about that dude, Tater?
Man, he rocks.
He's one of the best.
Very good advocate to have for the drone community.
Yes, and he's got a rockin' beard, man.
He really does. That sucker is perfect.
It is.
Jason Shepard will probably look like that when he gets that age.
Wolf Blitzer should be jealous.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does have a little.
He's got a little Wolf Blitzer going. All right. So, how much time do you have, Tater? Because I've got so many viewer videos.
Man, I'm here for you, brother. However long you need.
All right. But first, I believe I don't want to neglect anybody that's super chatted. Let me make sure. Did I do Media Mike? Media Mike, thanks for the $20. Hi, Ken and Tater. Happy TNL. Jay Young, $10. He says, just got here. Drone on, Garth. Thank you very much for the $10. Appreciate that, sir. And I think the DJ, I think I read this one. Let me get back down here to the new one. I got the Big Water. Thank you. Yes. And Ken Torbeck, $5. Government can force sale or invalidated patents for national security, like trying to prevent filming Biden sniffing kids. I don't know what that is. I gotta refresh my Biden sniffing kids playlist. Thank you, Ken. And now I'm gonna have to put the show on hold as I blow my nose and leave it all up to Tate for just one moment. I'm gonna step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
All right, today's other Taylorism is don't be worried about your smartphone or TV spying on you. Your vacuum cleaner's been gathering dirt on you for years. And there's another one. My favorite text message to send is, I will be there in 5 minutes. If not, just read again.
Okay. All right. And I'm back. You can see all my snot rags back there.
That's okay.
That is a tub of snot rags. All right. I apologize for snotting. And now...
We just got a letter. 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 Wonder who it's from.
Well, it's from Joe Fotalio. And if you would like to send me a letter, you can do that. You can send it here. Ken Heron, Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. Please send money and candy.
And he does take $100 bill.
No, my candy exchange program is over because I had to buy new pants after that.
Oh, dang.
He sent stickers.
Yes.
Joe Fotalio stickers. Look at these things. These are schnaz. Look at that.
Oh, wicked looking, man.
I'm going to stick those on something. It's going to be great.
Looks like the Ace of Spades.
It does. It does look like a spade. And he says, Ken, I know you love your stickers. I do. Had some made recently, and I wanted to get a few to you. Thanks for all you do in the community. Looking forward to seeing you again and so many others in our awesome hobby. And then he corrects me about his name and says, see you at Minefield. And speaking of stickers, I've got official Minefield stickers that just came in today, in fact. I've got these. And I'll have plenty of these to hand out. You put them on your bumper, or you can slap them on your forehead, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Like that logo.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
That's really cool. It's very representative of Minefield.
Do you know who made that? The logo? Geeks Vana. Sean did that for me.
That's great work, Geeks Vana.
Yeah. I import all my graphic work.
Wow, that's some heavy duty
This is
stuff.
Yeah. All right.
From the UK.
From the UK. So, now Tater, you're coming up with this contest, right? Because somebody's going to win from Loom Cube. Somebody's going to win this stroke.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're
giving the
so you, I'm going to share some videos, and you be thinking about how we're going to give it away. But I've got all of these videos, and they are fantastic.
All right.
So let's go to the first one. This is from Nick Sanders. Nick Sanders sends this in, and speaking of balloons, says, hey, hope you're enjoying a slightly more lenient work schedule now. Thanks, I am, Nick. You shared some videos I've taken of Nottingham and Derby Hot Air Balloon Club previously. I have now fully joined the club, and the plan is to get qualified as a pilot. Oh, cool. Attached is my latest video of the club's 2 balloons taking off together. Winds were very light, and both pilots took their time getting past 400 feet, so I have a chance to get some decent shots. Nick Sanders. I was going to do this on my Route 66 trip. I was going to meet some people out in Arizona, but the weather didn't cooperate. I was going to power loop a balloon. Maybe I'll get a chance to do that again. Yeah. By the way, Tater, I think Skype is taking control of your audio. If you want to.
No way.
It's if your audio is.
Oh, not again. Skype, I hate you.
Yeah, that compression mic thing maybe is on. Or you're just talking like that.
Well, could be that too. I'm not going to. Man, I'm going to have to redo my whole system here.
No. Isn't that beautiful?
It's beautiful, man.
Thank you
I love
very
those
much.
balloons. Great advertisement capabilities, too.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you, Nick. So, again, if you want to send in a video, and please do it. If you've never sent one in, you think you got a cool video, you can send it here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Make sure you include your music source, because if you play your favorite Rolling Stones tune, then YouTube's going to get their panties in a wad and get upset, and then they're going to be like, Ken, you can't do it. You're in trouble. So, use Epidemic Sound. Free trial link in the description right now. You get free 30 days of all the sound effects and music tracks. And some of the music from Epidemic is so good that I just put it on my playlist and listen to it in the car. It's awesome. EpidemicSound.com.
Absolutely.
Everything else is crap.
Crap, man.
Crap, that's right. All right. Okay, and we're back. All right. So, let's see. You know what I'm going to do? It's been kind of hot. So, I went deep into my email and found some older videos that people send in from wintertime. Wouldn't you like to cool off with some nice wintry videos? Yeah. So this is from Levi Connolly. He lives in Oregon, and he's always got some great tree videos. Now, most trees are dicks, but apparently the ones in Oregon are really nice, and he's flying just high enough to where the trees can't reach up and grab him.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, Ken, I hope you're doing well. I tried to make a video with a little FPV style in it with my Mini 2. Thought you could appreciate it either way. Take it easy and always love the show. Sound is epidemic. Levi." Yeah, your audio's messed up. I can't hear you, man. It's frig fragged.
Damn it.
Damn it. And I know you got stuff to say.
I do. I'm just saying that's where everybody's Christmas trees come from.
Oh, yeah, okay. Where does the garland grow? God, look at all those trees. Oh, my God. It'd be impossible to find your drone if you went down.
Oh, yeah, you was write that thing off, man.
Where'd you crash? By the tree. Oh.
Yeah, it's this fifth tree over on the left.
Man, I bet there's some fresh air right there. You know, because trees.
Producing that oxygen, buddy.
Mm-hmm. I think we're coming up to Levi. Yes. Yes. Nice.
Man,
Nicely done.
Great video, man.
That was great. Now.
That could be in a movie somewhere.
Yeah, that was very good. I mean, you know, it's all about location, isn't it?
It is.
Whenever I get a video from Levi or Jake, who lives in Alaska, I think his backyard is a glacier. It's, you know.
Yeah, that's a great backyard.
He could take a Polaroid cover shot, you know. So, how about a tree that is a dick? True dick tree. By the way, trees are dicks, and T-shirts available. There's a link in the description right now. This has become the best-selling shirt I've ever offered.
Wow.
And it's only $21.95.
Wow, that one even beat the Pee on it, Pee It Out?
Oh, yeah, the Pee It Out was nothing compared to trees or dicks, because trees are just, it's just funny to say because, you know.
Yeah, you know who the first person that found that out, right? Charlie Brown.
All right.
The damn kite-eating tree.
It just, I don't know what you're talking about because I can't hear you. But, so this is from Scott. Again, wintertime. All right. This is a Mini 2 in a blizzard, and it's taken out by a damn tree.
No.
Yeah. It says this was first time using Find My Drone. It worked like a charm. The winds were really blowing. And just as I found a good place to land, suddenly I was able to navigate again, being so close to the ground. Unfortunately, my skills were only enough to ram it into one of those dick trees. So is that the tree? Is that the tree? No, that's a nice tree. Where is that dick tree? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, look at it just sitting there being pretty. No. No. Oh, man, no. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
It is. But you know what? It's a good cooling off of you. I felt colder watching that.
Yeah. I might have to grab a sweater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, show.
Are you a fan of trains?
Well, you know, down here, every country music song is about a train. You know, Mama got run over by a train.
Oh, that's right. It's about trains and mamas and prison.
That's right.
And if you don't know what song we're talking about, well,
that's right.
It's the best country western song
ever.
I used to work at a country station. Now, look, I know there's people watching that like country music. I am not one of those people.
Well, I like country music.
Well, of course. You're from Louisiana. It's you know, that's your mom probably had headphones with country music, Hank Williams, right, on her belly.
Oh no, it was Elvis, man.
Oh, what's bigger, Elvis or country music?
Elvis.
Elvis is the biggest.
Yeah, he could do everything, man. There's nobody down here who don't know who Elvis is.
Okay.
Especially over there in Memphis, man. That's good stuff.
Do young people know who Elvis was? I mean, he's pretty big still.
Most do. There are some that do not, and those are the TikTok people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they can't even tell you who the president is, so, you know.
That's true. I weep for our future. All right, so there's some people in the chat. I see that they like trains. Trains and drones, they just go together. And this is from SKS video guy Scott. This is the Altoona Train Museum. It's a really cool video. He says, hey, Ken, my friends and I visited the Railroaders Memorial Museum in Altoona, Pennsylvania, where I got permission to fly my Mini 3 inside the roundhouse where they were restoring a K4 steam engine. We then went to Hollidaysburg, PA, and rode a live steam train. After that, we went to the world-famous Horseshoe Curve. We had a fantastic day of flying the Mini 3. Hope you enjoy the video. Music is by Epidemic, so it's not crap. But look at this, man. You know, when you see steam trains in 2022, you know they've been restored. I don't think there's any steam train that's made it from the 19th century to now without having some work done to it. But this is how they do it. This is in a place like this.
That is so nice.
Yeah, what a great access, and nice people to let. I mean, what can you hurt in there with your drone, really, right? You know, these big iron giants. If you break my train with your drone, you're paying for it.
Right.
Right. Have you ever stood next to a steam engine when it's just taken off from the station?
I've stood next to a steam engine, but unfortunately it was inoperable.
Oh my gosh. I remember living in, where was I? Duluth, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this, you know, because steam engines are part of tour trains now. And I went on one, and I stood at the platform when they did that thing where they do when they start taking off, you know, and the wheels don't grip. And I was standing right next to it, and it was a shoo, shoo, shoo. I mean, it's
powerful.
It'll change your life. I mean, I'm not like a train guy. I'm not like I got a model train set in my basement and all this stuff. But holy hell, that's one of the moments. I'm just standing there, and this big, the wheels and the weights and the freaking shoom, shoom, visceral. Anyway, thanks, Scott, for that.
Thank you, Scott.
And by the way, if you are droning trains, especially steam trains, always have a secondary audio source going, because music is fine and everything, but people want to hear that steam sound.
Yes, they absolutely do.
Now, another thing that gets my blood going is flying in fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And it actually, I have a whole video about this. It actually looks riskier than it is. FPV drones are pretty rugged. The only thing you have to worry about in a fireworks show is the report. You know, with the thing coming up initially, stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And the report when it goes boom. And those are the only two things. Other than that, sparks, whatever, it's not going to hurt you. So this is from Casey Wrightsman. And he says, hey, Ken, I made a tribute video for my dad who passed away 12 years ago this month from ALS. His birthday is July 6th, and fireworks always made me think of him. So I figured this is a great way to honor him. I hope you enjoy it, and looking forward to TNL as always. Thanks, Casey Wrightsman. And this turned out really well. He did this very well. Enjoy this. Wow.
Play ball.
Yeah, what a great thing, and a nice tribute to his dad. That was very nice. Thank you, Casey. Tater, what do you think are the two most important things when flying in fireworks are? The two most important things.
Knowing where you are and not getting blowed out of the sky.
1 out of 2. You have to have some reference to the ground. Fortunately, he had that blue thing and a lot of street lights. If you can't see the horizon or you can't see the ground, say you're in a countrified area, and there's not a lot of street lights or there's no moonshine stills on fire, then you're going to be screwed because you have to be able to, especially if you're flying acro in fireworks, you're done, son. And the second thing is illuminate your landing area because you know they wait till dark.
Yep.
And then you're up in the air. Man, that was great. Okay, where am I? Because you're not going to be able to find yourself. Have lighting. Yeah.
Glow in the dark landing pads.
Yeah, more than that. More than that. I'm talking a lot of light.
LED landing pads.
Or that, yeah. Okay, now we haven't heard from this guy in a while.
Who is it?
Weston Nye. Remember Weston Nye?
I remember Weston Nye.
Yeah. He says, hey, Ken, it's Weston again. I shot this funny fake movie trailer about getting stalked by a drone. If you want to show it on TNL for a laugh, I would be genuinely pleased. It's one glorious minute of horror, action, and beautiful cinematic imagery shot on my Red Weapons cinema camera. Be sure to bring intense enjoyment to the viewers. Thanks. Of course, like always, all music is from Epidemic Sound.
Okay.
So enjoy this.
Holy cow.
Stalked by a drone. He is a very talented young filmmaker. And you'll see just him having fun. Enjoy this. Oh no! Ah! It's gonna get you!
I just looked up and saw something following me in the sky. A drone is made up of 4 parts: the propellers, the battery, the electronics, and the camera. Drones have become an increasing stalking concern in the United States. I never would have known it was following me if it wasn't for this super loud sound it makes.
That was awesome.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Even the part where he's like, you know, he wanted to look smart, so he put on glasses. I mean, just
the newscaster ticker at the bottom.
Yeah. It's
awesome,
so man. Weston Nye, please send more stuff.
Yeah, Weston, that was great.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Oh man, I hope he remembers me when he's on the mountaintop.
Yeah. If you have any used camera equipment, don't forget about old Tater over here. There.
Now, I want to share something that is. This made me so jealous. So jealous.
Green.
And I'm going to use a bleep. Let me make sure the bleep is okay.
Okay, there you go.
This is amazing.
All right.
It's awesome.
You did that just right, man.
You damn right I did. All right. So this is from Paulo. I think I'm saying that name wrong. I'm sure of it. Paulo Gonzalez. He says, hey, Ken, I watch your videos and shows every time. You crack me up, man, and I learn something new. Love your stuff. Thank you. Here's a link of a recent video I did of the Sears Tower in Chicago, where I live.
Yes.
So, and he says it has crap music. You might want to replace it. So I did. Hope you like it, he says. I did. And this is, in fact, the viewer video of the week. It's very short. I will show it twice if you like. But It is f***ing fantastic. All right. Enjoy this. It's 1,400 feet.
I was just Googling that. Yep.
Yep. 1,451 feet tall. Want to see it again?
I want to see that again, dude. That was awesome.
Okay, let's see it again. Now,
I've been in the Sears Tower. That's a long way.
You have? Now,
yes.
That's a great approach that he did, actually, because he was over the roofs of other buildings and not over people or cars. I'll have to look at a sectional chart. I'm not sure I don't know. I hope it's legal because you're damn right I'm going to do it. All right. Here it is again. Enjoy. He's over a parking lot. It's maybe a Sunday. It's not that busy.
Right.
You know there's all kinds of RF from those antennas. He doesn't get too terribly close to it. That's vertigo, man.
That base jumping is pretty much.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Wow. Yes. So congratulations, Paulo Gonzalez. Now I'm not trying to one up him or anything because you win, buddy, by I think 300 feet. But I too was in Chicago, and I did something similar. And at the time, this was my highest dive. I think it still is. This is the Hancock Building.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? I was so freaking nervous. But here's my dive. Now it just makes me want to go back to Chicago again. So enjoy. This is from me. You know, the trip up is as much of a task as the trip down because there's all kinds of wind and everything. And you only get one shot on the battery because it's such power. But this was so awesome. I wish I'd kept it straight longer. Man, my hands were shaking.
Dude, you melted a prop off on that one.
Yeah, my hands were shaking on that time. I landed. I was like, literally, like the adrenaline.
I thought you were going to hit the ledge for a second there.
I was pretty close to that street light. Woo. But I had like 2-3 visual observers. It was all on the up and up. But that was fun.
Build to do it on, man. A lot of steel.
That's my favorite thing to do with FPV. Is dive tall things. If somebody said, now I think Johnny FPV dove the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which is the world's tallest building. If somebody said, "Hey Ken, you want to try it?" I'd be like, yeah,
no question.
You
might lose your drone. So
yeah. You might dive right into a Lamborghini or something, you know, because everybody there drives $100,000 car. I'd be like, no, okay, I'll do it.
Hey, did you know those big that big tower thing that's over in your area that's empty and it's got a hole in the bottom, and everybody was talking about wanting to dive through it and come out the hole at the bottom? You know what I'm talking about? That big smokestacks that are hollow inside. I don't remember exactly.
Oh, I don't think that's in my area. You're talking about the one in Alabama.
I'm wondering if anybody's done that yet.
At the secret undisclosed location.
Yeah, secret undisclosed location.
I haven't done it. I want to go back and try it. Yes, because I'll risk it for the biscuit.
Hey, risk it for the biscuit.
You got to risk it for the biscuit. All right. Have you thought of a fun contest to do, Tater?
Yeah.
You have? All right. What's the contest?
The funniest one-liner in the chat gets the strobe.
Okay. All right. Funniest one-liner. You got people furiously Googling one-liners.
Yeah.
All right, are you
know,
gonna?
the chief cause of marriage is divorce, or the chief cause of divorce is marriage.
Yeah. It's got to be funnier than that.
Yeah, it's got to be funnier than that.
Yeah. All right. So funniest one-liner, and we'll let the comedian decide. Wow, this is going to take forever, but I did say it was up to you. So stand by as the one-liners come pouring in. Loom Cube. This is a strobe light you put on your drone so that you can fly at night legally.
Uh-oh. I seen a pretty dang good one. Are you strobing or are you just happy to see me?
Okay, maybe I should be the judge.
Yeah, you might want to be the judge. You probably can read it. And it's like very tiny.
Wreck him damn near killed him. Whiteboards are remarkable. Okay. Thank you, moderators. By the way, if there's any dirty ones, thank you, moderators.
Yes.
We didn't say filthiest one-liner. By the way, I'll have several more of these, plus a panel light and some other things from Loom Cube to give away at Minefield. I've got tons of prizes, like a lot more than I've ever had.
And that is a heck of a strobe.
It's a good strobe. All right. Okay. I think I found a winner. Yeah.
Which one is it?
The winner is G-Man. It's dumb, but it's dumb, but I like it. G-Man says, "My wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. I had to put my foot down." All right. So congratulations. Do you approve, Tater?
I approve completely. That's a good one.
Okay, excellent.
Good dad joke too.
Awesome. All right. Oh, after all that hilarity, I think I might need a break. I might need to step into the Raz Chamber. Let's go ahead and step into the Raz Chamber, ladies and gentlemen, as I put on my authentic English accent. Yes, we're all having a rough day. Not anymore. This is a safe place. Yes, just hop on in. No rules, no clothes, it doesn't matter. You be you. Just relax and let it all go. Let the purple and blue goo get into all the secret spaces, all the naughty bits. And just relax. But, alas, there is one rule and one rule only. Tater, what is that rule?
Don't fart in the Raz.
Please, don't fart in the Raz now. Sit back and enjoy. Ridge Flyer 32, what the hell did we just say?
He did have tacos on the way over.
Ridge Flyer 32.
Damn
you dirty bird. Dirty bird. Shame.
Now we're going to have to rinse out the whole tub.
Shame. You ruined it for everybody. We were all just having a good old time looking at each other's naughty bits, and then you had to go ahead and break windage. A2DEK with $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And this is a unique way of spelling your name. I don't think I've ever seen it this way. Has Tater been to his day in Benton Tater Day? Have you seen your name spelled Tadder?
Tater? No, that sounds like how my tater tot used to spell it.
Oh, okay. Wait, that Louisiana educational system. All right.
But if you do it like Forrest Gump, it sounds just right. Tater.
Hey, Dar. Jenny. Jenny. Brad Alston, River City RVA, been a member for 22 months. Thank you very much. Goodness. 21 new members. Hoping to make Minefield, he says, this year, but work might get in the way. That's okay. That's okay. As long as your heart's there, your body doesn't need to be.
Gotta make them bones, dude.
Yeah. And in case you didn't hear me before, you can now gift memberships. And that's why we have 21 new ones tonight. Thank you to everybody who gifted a membership.
Yes,
Still not sure how that works. I think you can just grab them up. I think they're just sitting there. I think it's free right now. I don't know. All right. So I got a couple more videos that I want to share. Taylor, you get time?
Yes, sir. I got all the time in the world for you, buddy.
Oh, excellent. All right. So this is from Tom Henderson. He says, "Hello, Ken. This is some extra video I took while filming a triathlon training group. With so much cool stuff to film, I decided to throw together a second video from that footage. Hope you enjoy." Music is crap free from Epidemic Sound. Part 107 license is also crap free thanks to remotepilot101.com. And by the way, you can go to remotepilot101.com right now. Use Heron 18. Get your training to become certified so that you can make money legally with your drone. At least until the FAA changes their mind about something or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that never happens. But enjoy this. This is like a little mini documentary. It's really nice.
This weekend I had a great time filming the Tri-Gulf Coast Mere Mortals on Pensacola Beach. I'm always reminded when I film them of just how lucky we are to live and train in such a beautiful place. A place where all you have to do is turn the camera and look a couple hundred yards from shore to see things like this majestic spotted eagle ray making his way over the sandbar. The ray seems fearless, gliding through the water and even playing chicken with nearly a dozen black-tip reef sharks. A short distance away, a curious dolphin cruises by to investigate all the activity. And of course, there are always sharks. People worry about sharks being nearby, but the fact is they simply choose to swim away when they encounter people. And of course, there are sea turtles as well. This one surfaced once and then patiently held his breath until my drone batteries ran out. No matter how many times I come to the shore to film, I don't think I'll ever lose my fascination with the beautiful creatures of the Gulf of Mexico, or my appreciation and wonder at getting to see them from above.
Oh, that's great. You know, narration in videos is so great.
It really is.
I know there's a lot of people who are shy and think they can't do it. You can do it, especially if it's something that you filmed and you're interested in. Thank you, Tom Henderson, for that.
I just wanted to say mutual aroma.
Right.
It's people. You can count on when the going's rough.
Now you're showing your age.
I know, man.
Whoa, man. Was that network television reference? Good Lord.
Marlon Perkins.
Yellow Rose Drones, been a member for 15 months. Ken is sending his Dobo stickers to Minefield. Oh, okay. So I don't think Ken Dobo is going to be able to make it this year, which is unfortunate because I had specially made Ken Heron slap stickers. I think Ken was the first one to
yeah, I remember that. Smacked the tower.
Yeah, so you take your quad, I used to have quads hanging, and you put a sticker with the sticky side out, and you fly it up to something, and you stick it.
I think it took him 3 or 4 tries, but he finally got it. Yeah,
he got it, and that actually inspired me to try my first one. So I had special stickers made, and Billy Tripp, the artist,
right?
He actually said that's fine. He can stick stickers on his sculpture. He said he's okay with it.
They don't get much cooler than old Billy Tripp.
I know,
man.
and you know what? I'm going to take this time right now, and this is probably 3 minutes long. It's a little long, but I want us to share this. There is a guy, and he was at Minefield last year, and I think the year before. His name is Randall Kendrick, and he has been hanging out with Billy Tripp from Minefield. That's where our event is, by the way. He's been hanging out with him for the greater part of 2 years, filming a documentary. And he recently sent me a little bit of that documentary. I'm going to share it with you just so you get a little insight as to what this place is and the man who built it, created it, the artist, and also how it inspires those who see it. So enjoy this. This is Planting a Steel Garden by Randall Kendrick. Enjoy.
I spent most of my childhood growing up in the small town of Brownsville, Tennessee. I would see the minefield every time I rode with my parents down Main Street. I did not understand what it was or who made it, and I never paid it much attention. Despite its enigmatic nature, I was too young to engage with it beyond a surface level of acknowledgement. As my family eventually moved away from Brownsville and I stopped reminiscing about my old home, my memory of the sculpture faded. Years later, as an adult in my 20s, I would find myself back in my old hometown for a few days, and there, I rediscovered the minefield. I sat and stared at it, analyzing its various parts, attempting to decipher its symbols, trying to read the banners of text that pivoted in the wind 100 feet in the air. And I became enamored with it. As a kid, I may not have thought much of it, but now, I've recognized it as one of the greatest and most complex works of art that I have ever seen. It was a shining example of human creativity, growing right in the middle of a town where you would least expect to find it. I felt an immediate personal connection with it. I had to know everything about it. Who made it? Why did he make it? Why don't I ever hear people talking about it, or recognizing it as a national achievement residing in Tennessee? As usual, I searched for answers online. But information was scant. I learned that the man who built the minefield was named Billy Tripp, that he intended to expand it until he was no longer physically able, and that many of its components were symbols and dedications to events and people in his life. But I needed to know more, and the fact that answers were not easy to find only made me more interested in finding them. My search eventually led me to the YouTube channel of the drone videographer Ken Heron. Ken Heron has made occasional drone videos about the minefield since 2016.
How many feet up was that you just climbed?
Probably about 120, maybe.
Through his channel, I learned that not only did Tripp build the minefield, he also wrote an entire series of books about it. And, as luck would have it, Ken Heron was actually hosting a drone meetup at the minefield in August, just a few weeks away, with suggestions that Billy Tripp would be in attendance. So, I bought 2 of Tripp's books on Amazon and RSVP'd for the meetup with plans to travel back to my old hometown of Brownsville and meet Billy Tripp. I had a burning desire to make something about his work. I didn't know for sure what form it would take in the end, but I knew I had to do something. People needed to know about this sculpture, and I wanted to tell them about it. So there I was at Ken Heron's drone meetup, feeling nervous, unsure, and scared. Over the past year, I had grown to idolize the man who built the minefield. I looked up to him. He was my hero. And I had never met anyone who I admired this much less meet them with the explicit purpose of proposing a documentary about them, a type of project which I've never even made in the first place. But before the end of the day, I found myself standing face to face with him. At first, he seemed unsure and even uninterested in the prospect. But I kept talking to him, and he eventually understood my purpose in making a documentary. He gave me his phone number and said he'd consider it. And that answer was all I needed. Over the next few months, I read and took notes on all 7 of his books. Meanwhile, he spent the winter writing an 8th, which I am now reading as I write this script. Beginning in December and through February, I conducted interviews, talking to people who know Billy Tripp, his friends, his family, as well as experts and outsider in folk art. Now, I spend every weekend with Mr. Tripp, as I film his working process towards erecting the next massive piece of the minefield.
It looks like a walkway. It's probably a brace to help keep it round. And that's what those pieces are.
Every day, I'm thankful for the opportunity to spend time with someone who I consider to be one of the most talented artists currently living.
If you hang with me long enough, you'll see me really fuck something up, and you'll get a chance to hear me say, "Billy, damn it."
I didn't know for sure what the outcome would be when I undertook the making of this film. But it was a risk I was and am willing to take, because it's something I wanted to do, something I needed to do, and I felt my life wouldn't be complete without trying to do it. The path I chose to walk has been difficult and taxing, but it's also been amazing, and part of walking it has been accepting the setbacks and obstacles of life, learning to work around them, and accepting imperfection as a beautiful part of what makes journeys worth taking and life worth living.
So that is the Steel Garden, a.k.a. Minefield, and that is where we're having our event. Billy Tripp, super nice guy, very talented artist. A lot of people might drive by and dismiss it like, what the hell is that? But it truly is art reflective of his life, and for him to open that up to us, to let us fly our drones around, that just, it really touches my heart, because he's an artist and he's letting us enter his world in that way. And it's a great thing for us to be able to document, because we all have like YouTube channels and social media, and that gets the word out. So I do hope you can make it to the event. Again, it is this month. It's in just a little bit. It's August 20th, Saturday. It's completely free. We're going to have some celebs out there. It'll be great fun. So I hope you can join. And you're coming, right, Tater? Right, Tater?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you? What do you think the odds are of you coming?
Golly, I don't gamble. I used to live in Vegas, and so I learned not to gamble.
All right. Well, for those who have already RSVP'd, thank you. And if you plan on coming, please let me know so that I can kind of get an idea of how many people are going to be there. You can do that at minefieldmeet.com. All right. And again, yes. And thank you again, Randall Kendrick. His documentary is an ongoing project. That was just a little teaser, but we're all looking forward to the final thing.
And he's a really good artist. For just coming up with that is amazing.
Yeah, and if you were there last year, there are several new things. In fact, there's one big, humongous piece that he's recently installed, and in anticipation of us being there, because he does this all on his own. It's not like he has a crew.
Man.
You'd be amazed to see him. Yeah, it really is. So there's this one piece that has a bunch of support wires in the middle, and it would be perfect to fly in from the top and out from the bottom, except for those wires. And he's agreed to do stuff like move those wires, leave certain doors open. He's going to mow the grass. He's going to open the windows on the tower so we can fly through. You're not going to hurt his sculpture.
Do that one little donut hole that time, that little hole at the tippy top.
Yep, and we're going to have challenges and prizes available for those challenges. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can be there. Even if you don't fly drones, it's going to be a heck of a good time. There's going to be food, best barbecue you ever had. The Minefield Grill is going to be open. It's going to be awesome. And I guess with that, I guess the show's over. Are you sad, Tater? Are you sad?
I'm sad.
Are you sure? You okay? You gonna be all right? Need a hug?
Yeah, I could use a hug.
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Man, thank you to all the supporters. If you support monetarily, thank you so much. I see a couple more super chats coming in. Mr. FPV, Philip Koshat, H4 Services. Thank you, everybody, for your donations. And thank you for understanding that I'm doing this show every other week now. There will be an encore presentation in between, so you're not missing any TNL. Thank you so much, Tater, for being here. And thank you, Jeff Sills. And thank you to Bruce Simpson, Xjet, for your passion in the hobby. And this truly is a labor of love for me, this stream, and I appreciate it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Buh.
And bye.
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer could process meat. Say I enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you give your family a treat. It's got much nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a killer could process meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!